how desperate are the Democrats at this point? They're so desperate that they're thinking toward 2020, and they're looking at their field, and they're realizing that their field is barren. There is nothing there, right? Their field is just totally empty. So the question becomes, okay, well, if their field is totally empty, who will they go for? They have an idea. Their idea, Oprah Winfrey. Oh, yes, here she goes.
Have you ever thought that given the popularity you have, we haven't broken the glass ceiling yet for women, that you could actually run for president and actually be elected?
I actually never thought that was, I never considered the question even a possibility. I just thought, oh.
Right, because it's clear that you don't need government experience to be elected president of the United States, right?
I thought, oh, gee, I don't have the experience. I don't know enough. I don't know. And now I'm thinking, oh.
Okay. All right. Well, okay.
Okay, so now they're talking about Oprah's going to run for president. And you knew that this is the lesson the Democrats were going to take away. They're not going to take away the lesson that they have failed to appeal to blue-collar people. They're not going to take away the lesson that they had the world's crappiest candidate in Hillary Clinton. Because here's the reality. If Joe Biden runs in that election cycle, very high probability that Joe Biden is president of the United States right now. They're not going to take away the right lessons from this. Instead, they're going to take away Donald Trump was a celebrity, and now we need our own celebrity. Because this is how political parties think, because political parties are parties of groupthink and stupidity. So Democrats take every single lesson the wrong way. So Oprah says, maybe I can run, maybe I can run. Now, how would Oprah actually do if she ran? Well, I think that, she'd do better than Hillary because she's not Hillary Clinton. She campaigned openly for President Obama. What people forget about when Oprah campaigned openly for Obama in 2008 is she lost a lot of viewers. She lost a lot of viewers. Oprah's entire appeal is being a not partisan person. And once she becomes a partisan person and she allows her partisanship to get the better of her, she is not nearly as popular. Oprah's popularity rests on the idea that she's an aspirational figure who helps you reach new depths of yourself that you've never plumbed and helps you reach new heights of achievement that you've never achieved. That's what Oprah's about. She's about making you feel good. Politics doesn't make people feel good. Politics makes people feel really bad generally. And so Oprah Winfrey becoming a partisan political figure, it would actually be difficult, because what happens when she's asked about abortion and then she says that she's pro-choice? There are a lot of women who are going to say, nah. What happens when she's asked about Muslim immigration to the country and suddenly she has to take a hard and fast position on the level of vetting that is necessary for Muslim refugees? When policy hits the road, like Trump's policies, a lot of them were very flawed, but he at least had a grasp of some of them, and his figure was all about polarization. Trump was always about polarization. Trump was never a widely beloved, universally beloved figure. He wasn't Dr. Phil. Trump was always the bad guy on the show. He's more like Simon Cowell running for president than like Paula Abdul. But Oprah is more like Paula Abdul. I don't know how you square that exactly with the successful political candidacy. I think everybody thinks that she would run and she'd wipe out Trump. I'm not sure that that's the case at all, because I'm not sure that politics is a game of claws, and Oprah, when she brings out the claws, is not Oprah anymore. She actually gets away from her core brand. Chris Matthews, though, is over the moon about this. He says that Oprah would be great. I get up in the morning, I brush my shoe, come on here, think about Oprah all day long. Don't wrinkle. My shirts are wrinkled. My tie is wrinkled. Everything is, my face is wrinkled. And then I come here, I talk about Oprah. What say you, Michael Isikoff? Go.
Politics and every election is about fixing the problem we have. I think Oprah, not that she's a serious candidate, because she doesn't want to be probably, is empathy. Right now, we have a president who has no empathy for regular people and their problems. He doesn't connect with pain. He doesn't feel the pain of the people he makes fun of. He has no empathy. It's Oprah's strength. I've watched her for decades. She connects with women without whatever their ethnic background, whatever the gender is. She connects with people's real challenges in life. That's what we need right now in this country, a little empathy.
Okay, so if the Democrats think that empathy is what's going to win the day, empathy doesn't win the day in politics. It's making the other side look like they're not empathetic. Everybody already knows Trump isn't very empathetic. Everybody already knows that Trump reserves his greatest empathy for Trump. There's also the point that empathy isn't a great thing in politics. I mean, I've discussed this before. When you are empathetic toward one person, you tend to ignore the broader policy implications of what you're talking about, because you're focusing in on that one person, and that's not always a great political move. Also, if Oprah's shtick is empathy, and then she has to attack Trump, or she is attacked, what does she do? What does she do? You know, I'm not sure that this works exactly the way Democrats want it to work. They thought that Hillary was much more empathetic than Trump, and Hillary ended up losing. Now, I don't think it's all about empathy. I think there's also something to do with strength and with the ability to attack. And I mean, negative campaigning works. I'm not sure how Oprah participates in negative campaigning. Listen, does it make me happy that we're talking about Oprah as a presidential candidate? No, but it didn't make me happy that we were talking about Trump as a presidential candidate. Maybe he'll still be good. Maybe he'll be good. Like, so far, I like a lot of his policies. I do. But I'm not a big fan of the president as celebrity, but I think that's a natural result of what Obama did to the office of the presidency, making it into a celebrity reality show, and then Trump basically just filled into that gap, and wouldn't be a surprise to see an all-celebrity lineup from here on out. But if it's not that, it's so funny. The Democrats are so desperate that they are now turning back to old faces like Eric Holder. Okay, so Holder told reporters that he's interested in returning to politics publicly. Holder apparently said that Obama is going to return also. He said that it's coming. This is what Holder said about President Obama. Holder said it's coming. He's coming, and he's ready to roll. Obama will be a more visible part of the effort. The best thing that could happen to Republicans right now is for Barack Obama to suck all the oxygen out of the room. It would be just glorious, because Obama's gone. No one wants to hear from him. No one is interested in what he has to say. We just made him go bye-bye. We don't want him to come back. And when Barack Obama makes himself the head of the Democratic Party again, all he's doing is sucking all the oxygen out of the room. If he's the lead attack dog, let's say two people attack Trump. Let's say one is Obama and the other is Cory Booker. Only one of those two people can run for president. Who do you think the headlines will be about? Of course, they'll be about Obama. Obama's a much bigger political figure. And the same thing is true for Obama and anyone. The more Obama talks, the more he sucks the air out of the room for all the other Democrats. Republicans should be begging for Obama to come back, but Democrats are so desperate for Obama to hold together their failing coalition, their fraying coalition, that they think that if they just drag him out and trot him around, that's going to help. It's never worked before. It really hasn't. I mean, this idea that you can just trot it. I mean, Obama worked hard for Hillary Clinton. It didn't work. Popularity is not transferable. It is not transferable. Bill Clinton was not able to transfer his popularity over to Al Gore. Barack Obama was not able to transfer his popularity over to Hillary Clinton. And so if they think that Obama's going to come and make them real popular again, and then that will translate into their victory, Obama couldn't even do that when he was president. He devastated the entire party down ballot. They lost 1,000 seats in state legislatures. They now control 1/3 of the governorships. Okay, they're in serious trouble here because of Barack Obama, and they're so addicted to Obama that they're going back to the well for more. Really, really, really stupid. Really stupid. I'm Ben Shapiro. This is The Ben Shapiro Show. I hate. So with all of that, all that implies. Things I like, I'm in the middle of a movie called Black Mass with Johnny Depp. Haven't seen the rest of it yet. About halfway through. So far, so good. All right, things I hate. All right, so I watched the Super Bowl yesterday. My dad and I usually get together every year and watch the Super Bowl. And so all I want when I watch the Super Bowl is to watch the football. You know, I watch the commercials because this has become sort of a cultural totem. It's become a cultural hallmark. Everybody wants to watch the commercials. And that's fine. That's great. Except I have to say the commercials have been steadily in my lifetime getting worse and worse. I mean, the commercials are basically all just sex jokes and monkeys and pets. Like, ooh, people like monkeys. Let's put that in a commercial. Well, what about babies? People like babies too. Let's put that in. How about we'll have a monkey baby dog, which they actually did in a commercial yesterday. So the commercials were really quite terrible. But what I really, really hate is that the left has decided that every cultural event has to now be dominated by leftism. All of them. They have to be dominated by leftism. So imagine, for example, that you had a Super Bowl and it took place in Texas, and there was a country singer, and the country singer surrounded himself during the Super Bowl halftime show with a bunch of kids who are holding Bibles and a bunch of women who are holding crosses. Imagine if we did that. And let's say that, you know, for example, there's a bunch of white people, and they're also twirling rifles. Right, like we do sometimes at parades. Wouldn't you think that the media would have a field day with that? Oh, you bet the media would have a field day. It's so alienating, so terrible, so non-inclusive. Beyonce, who is now married to Jay-Z and can do no wrong, she farts social justice rainbows. But Beyonce is considered this wildly talented, massive talent, just a joy to behold, a real addition to God's earth. Okay, Beyonce actually has a really good voice, or used to. I don't know if it's good anymore because she hasn't sung in 5 years. So Beyonce now has been relegated to shaking her boobs, shaking her ass, and racial commentary. That's basically what her stunt is now. Ever since she married Jay-Z, who, by the way, is a jerk also. Jay-Z wears a medallion called for what is called the 5% Nation. The 5% Nation believes that black people are superior to white people. And that's their actual literal belief. And so Beyonce does her halftime show. Now, I'm going to watch a little bit of the Beyonce halftime show. First of all, I want to point out, everybody who says Beyonce is a magnificent dancer, No, she just looks like her ass is having a seizure. But she says that everybody who acts like this is not a stare, okay? It is not Gene Kelly. Let's stop her. She's not, a Russian ballet dancer. She's a lady who's twerking. She's like one step above Miley Cyrus. But putting aside the artistic commentary here, because her music, like lately her music is garbage also. So her dancing is basically just how much can she jiggle, and her music is how much can she get away with. Here was what happened at the Beyonce halftime show. Let's play it. First of all, I don't know why Joe Pesci is there. What great dancing. You just might be a black Bill Gates in the making. I get it, Alabama, I'm a Louisiana. You mix that Negro with that Creole, make a Texas Bama. I like my baby hair with baby hair and afro. I like my Negro nose with Texas cotton out of straw. Okay, so we don't have to watch the rest of this. You get the idea. The women who are dancing behind her, you can freeze frame it. They're all wearing Black Panthers outfits. They're wearing the Black Panthers berets. They all have their hairs froed, their hair froed out. There are no white women in this entourage. They're all black, right? There are zero white. Remember Oscars So Black? Beyonce halftime, or Oscars So White? Beyonce halftime show So Black, right? There are no white people in this. And at a certain point here, they actually form an X on the field, like Malcolm X, right? Is the idea here, and later, all the women took a picture. Somewhere in here, they all go like this. They give the Black Power salute. And later on, they give a Black Power salute again, and her mom shows up to give the Black Power salute. The lyrics that she's saying, in case you can't understand what she's saying, because why would you? The lyrics to her song go like this. My daddy, Alabama, mama, Louisiana. You mix that Negro with that Creole, make a Texas Bama. I like my baby hair with baby hair and afros. I like my Negro nose.
Speaking your truth is the most powerful tool we all have. And I'm especially proud and inspired by all the women who have felt strong enough and empowered enough to speak up and share
Not
their
a shot of Meryl
stories.
Streep.
So I want tonight to express gratitude to all the women who have endured years of abuse and assault because they, like my mother, had children to feed and bills to pay and dreams to pursue.
Okay, Oprah's great at this, and I'm sure she's really emotional about this. Let's put it this way. Because I'm not Captain Emotion, I always get suspicious of emotion on cue. But I'm sure she's really emotional about this. She had a really rough childhood, did Oprah Winfrey. I'm sure that her mother endured a lot of stuff. All that said, that phrase, speaking your truth, is so obnoxious. And then to say, speak your truth and have a shot of Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep, like Harvey Weinstein is a god, Meryl Streep. That's how the press treat this. Okay, there's no such thing as your truth. I've said this 1,000 times. There's no such thing as your truth. There is the truth and your opinion. And when you say speaking your truth, that requires evidence. Okay, evidence would be a good thing. Now, I believe women who make these allegations as a general rule. I do, but I have to weigh the evidence. I have to weigh how credible the women are. I have to weigh whether there are repeat accusations. I have to review the nature of the man. I actually have to look at the evidence on all of these accusations. But this phrase, speaking your truth, needs to die, and needs to die slowly and horribly in the torture chamber used in The Princess Bride for Wesley. Okay, it needs to die. That phrase, speaking your truth, is just garbage. Even people on the left are recognizing that it undermines their arguments to say that. Okay, but that's not the end of Oprah's silly. Okay, and again, there's a lot in the speech to like. There is, like sexual harassment's bad. Right, I'm on the side of that. If I've not been clear about that, I've been saying this 4 months, okay, and 4 years, and for decades, like literally my entire career.